evening, everybody. I know I'm the last, but inshallah, I'll make it very simple. I would like to thank the Saudi German Health for giving me the opportunity to be here today. And I would like also to thank the African Health ExCon for the excellent conference. And I would like to congratulate you as an Egypt for having the first health conference for Africa in your region. Congratulations, and wish you, inshallah, all the very best for the coming years. I'm a UAE national, and I'm very proud to see such a tremendous conference, gathering all the people from the different Africa in one place. So today I'm going to speak about branding. We've heard from my dear colleagues, the panelists, about the importance of medical tourism and what is an added value. So I'm not going to spend time on that. But then how to become a medical tourism destination? What do we need to know? What do we need to do and brand this destination? It's very fast, by the way. Okay, so what is a brand? Is the perception. Is that how do you see that destination is talking about? So we all know, especially women, about branding and to have a brand quality of items. So it's usually how to perceive it. What do we think about the trust that we give into that brand and how we think of that brand is a value to us. So this is very much indeed important when you develop your brand about your destination or even about your hospital. Okay, so it makes you notice the brand, what you are talking about, it then how you are different than the others. We are all competitors in the region. Even if you are in Africa, you will be competitor to different African countries, as well as we are doing also in Asia. So how we will be different than the others? This is very much indeed important. Your customer is always going to ask you why you want me to come to you. So what's different things that you provide me that makes me come to you and recommend you to our peers or to my family and my friends? So what makes your brand, if it gets the perception and the trust, it will make you very easy to sell it out. Now, I know the word of selling in the business, especially in healthcare, it's not ethical, and people in healthcare doesn't like to hear the word of selling. But then when we talk from the business perspective, selling is very much indeed because you sell your service, you market your service. So this is very much indeed important to you. So what's the brand needs? Brand needs three things that they will rely on. Is that the reputation, the culture, and the product and the service of yours. So your reputation will develop your customer service. How the customer is going to perceive you and how they are going to recommend you and how they are going to talk about you to their friends, to their families, and even to their peers and to different destinations. And then you have to be innovative in your product. So whatever product you are going to sell or you are going to provide to your customer, it has to be innovated. We spoke about the different trends in the medical travel. One of it is digital health, telehealth. So these are all innovative ideas that a lot of provider and destination, they became innovative in it when the pandemic has happened. And all of that started years back. We are so happy to know that there are certain destinations who had a future vision on investing on their IT healthcare infrastructure. So when the pandemic hit them, they've been able to tackle a lot of issues into telehealth, into the healthcare service where they provide telehealth, digital health, so the patient was not deprived from their healthcare provider. So these are some of the important concentrations and some of the examples of leading hospitals in the world. So it should evolve from the principle, as I said, of your business. For example, Mayo Clinic for them is that patient is first. Apple think different. So we have to have a short word that will determine exactly what we are trying to say to our customer. It shouldn't be a long wording or a long strategy highlighted. It's something that will tell who you are. First, build the trust, as I mentioned, and then deliver it to your customer. So what the benefit you are going to get from building your brand? It will increase the preference and the trust. It will increase the value of the services, higher customer loyalty, higher company valuation. You've heard a lot in the business perspective, a lot of group of hospitals go to valuation. They get listed, for example, in a stock market. How do they do that? Is that they start how to build up the trust in their services, in their hospital, and the service they give to your customers through their developing of their brands. So all of that, it gets built up on the years. So then they get recognized in the industry. Then for them to go for valuation is so easy because they had developed the trust and the services that they've been providing over the years for their customers. And then increase employees' retention and attraction. And this is very much indeed important. We are all in the healthcare service, and we know that shortage of healthcare providers it's a problem and it's a challenge all over the world. So maintaining and retaining of the employees is very much indeed important. And this is all this being built up into your organization. These are some of the great examples that we have around the world of different brands that has been very successful in building their brand in the industry, whether it is hospitality, whether it is airline, or whether it is business, or whether it is a healthcare provider. So some of the leading brand in the medical tourism destination, and this is of Asia, with all due respect, my peer colleagues have spoken about Jordan and about Dubai, and we've seen that from the perspective of the Middle East. So let's look at Asia, for example. A lot of us knows about Thailand. We've heard a lot about Thailand. It's been a destination for medical tourism for a long period of time. And they had been building it for a long period of time. It's not a matter of a day or two. It's years. So they had a strong provider base. So we've heard this afternoon from how we can build the clusters of medical providers. We need to have the engagement of our stakeholders, because it's very much indeed important, because they are going to promote the brand that we are speaking about it as a destination. So they have been very successful in building certain unique excellence providers within their destination. So these providers became their ambassadors. They are the one who's talking about the brand that Thailand is trying to sell and attract the medical travel in. They focused on the quality, and the quality comes from different perspectives. One of it is accreditation, outcome of care that's been given to their providers, being able to emphasize into the testimonial of their different clients on their website, the reviews, what they have been talking about them. This is another one. It's Singapore. Singapore medicine is very well known also in the medical travel industry in Asia. And they have built up a strong healthcare system by also leading a provider. So you will see in the different destination is our providers, is our keynote speakers for what we are trying to build in our destination. So we have to build up that relationship, and we have to focus on our provider. Each of our providers provide different kind of care. Some of them are center of excellence. So we have to promote them as a center of excellence. Some of them is a multi-tertiary specialty of care. So we have to promote them in that way. The emphasis on patient guide and advocacy, it's very much indeed important that we stress on the patient right and patient safety in our portal. Because as we knew, is that patient nowadays, I always say, treat your patient as an educated customer. Because now they have a lot of information available. They can read about you, they can know exactly what you provide, and they can compare you to other competitors. So treat patient with respect, and that they are informative, not like ignorance customer. The last one is that the Turkish medical travel. We've heard a lot what Turkey's been doing, and that is something that they have invested a lot as a government, and as a private provider. And this is very much indeed important. I always say, if you want to build a brand as a destination, as a government, you have to tie with your private stakeholder, because they are the one who are going to driven it. And it is very much important. We as a government, we as a destination country, we are there to facilitate the system for our healthcare provider in order to maintain and to flourish and to brand and to take it outside of our destination. So the information about the treatment should be available. If we can go one step and produce the outcome of care that's happening to our in our healthcare provider, that will be a great step to go ahead with it. And then effective marketing. You have to specify your target market. Where is your target market? I'm not going to go to any market. I need to know which market is going to attract the medical tourists to me. So I need to focus into that target market and take my brand there and market my brand there. This is very much indeed important when you develop your marketing and your medical tourism strategy. This is my last slide to share with you, is that some action points that you need to consider when you develop your brand. So executive branding workshop. A lot of us, we are not aware of how we can build up our brand or how we can guide our stakeholder into this brand and market and talk about it. So we have to do the workshop. That is very much indeed important. We take them through the process. And then we need to assess, is our brand is right? Is the message we want to communicate to our target market or even to our consumer is right or wrong? This is something that we need to do. And then we have to develop after that the branding framework and the positioning, where we want to brand ourselves, where we want to be as a country of a destination for medical travel, where we want to be positioned in the world map next to us. This is very much indeed important. And then we have to translate what we are doing into an actual work. And then we have to launch the brand, and then we distribute our key messages to our consumer. So it's a step one-to-one that we need to do, and we need to walk the talk. And this is very much indeed important, because we always hear big messages and a big information that we need to believe in. But unless we walk the talk, it will never, anyone is gonna believe in it. And then at last, as we do in all of our process, unless we have a measurable KPIs to monitor exactly what we are doing, we will never be successful. Thank you so much.